Hey everyone, welcome back to the JavaScript course. So inside this video, we'll be looking into the JavaScript error handling. And if you find this interesting, let's get started right away. So in this video, we'll be exploring about the JavaScript errors. So inside my VS Code, I've opened up my index file, my style.css file, as well as my script.js file. So there is some basic boilerplate code present inside my index.html file and some basic styling given to the style.css file and a basic console.log message inside my script.js file. Okay. So now let's start exploring about the JavaScript errors. Okay. So we have the try block, we have something called as the catch block, we have something called as the finally block, and then we have the throw. Okay, so this is going to give us a custom error basically if there is any error present while executing a particular piece of code. Okay, so now let's start understanding this with the help of a better example. Okay, so firstly let us understand what does a try block, a catch block, and a finally block does. Okay, so try block executes a given piece of code. Okay, whereas inside a catch block, it's going to give us a error if there is any error in executing the try block. Okay, and the finally block is executed regardless of the result of whatever is present inside the try block or the catch block. That is, finally block is going to get executed no matter what is the result from the try or the catch block. Okay, and throw is basically it's going to give us a custom error if there is any error present while executing a particular piece of code. Okay, so now let us take an example. Okay, so firstly let us initialize an array. So let's say const num equals to 1 2 3 4 5 and then 6. Okay, so now let's start understanding the syntax of this. So syntax of the syntax for the try catch block, right? So let's write that out. So try, so over here this executes the code, the block of code present. Okay, so that's for try, whereas for catch, okay, so this executes or this gives us, this handles the error, this handles or shows the error if there are any errors inside the try block. Okay, so that's about the catch. Whereas for finally, okay, it's going to get executed. So it's going to get executed regardless of the result of try and catch block. Okay, so now let's initialize our try block over here. So let's say try, and let's try to access the values of this num array, right? So let's say for let I equals to 0, I is less than our num dot length, and then I plus plus. Okay, and over here we're going to access each value of the num array. Okay, we're going to say console.log num of I. Okay, and now let's initialize our catch block over here. Let's say catch of error, and we're going to say console.log of error. Okay, so that's the way we write our try catch block, like this. So firstly, by writing our try, we pass in the code to be executed. Basically over here from line 22 to 24, we are initializing a for loop, and we are pretty much trying to access the content of the num array, that is 1 to 5, I mean 1 to 6. Okay, and inside the catch block we are trying to catch the error if there is any error, and we are trying to console.log the error currently. Okay, so now let's save the file. Okay, so pretty much the try block should work correctly because there is no error in it, and we should see 1 2 3 4 5 6 inside the console. Okay, so let's check that out. Yeah, so there you go. Inside the console we can see 1 2 3 4 5 6. It's working absolutely fine. So let's make a error inside our try block. Okay, So instead of console.logging num of I, let's console.log num of j, which is undefined currently because there is no j inside our for loop. So let's save the file. So now there is some error inside the try block. So the catch block is going to handle that error, and it's going to display us that error inside the console, right? So let's come back to the console. Yeah, so there you go. We are getting a reference error which says j is not undefined. So this is the way our try and catch block is going to work. Okay, so if there is any error, it's gonna display inside our catch block. Like currently we are just console.logging our error. So instead of doing this, we can even make use of the throw keyword, as I told. So it's gonna give us the custom error. So save the file, come back to the web page. Yeah, so this is a kind of custom error. So it's gonna say reference error again, and j is not undefined. Okay, so that's the way this the try and catch block works, right? So let's comment out, let's do Control-C and save the file. So now we'll be making use of the finally block. Okay, let's say finally, we're gonna say console.log the finally block. Okay, so save the file. So now inside the console we should see 1 2 3 4 5 6 and the finally block. Okay, so finally block is going to get executed no matter whatever is there inside our try and catch block, right? So come back over here. Yeah, so after 1 2 3 4 5 6 we are getting finally block. Okay, so let's say we have any error inside our try block. So let's see what is going to be the output. Okay, so let's write j over here. So since j is undefined, let's see if we can get this console.log text. Yes, it's going to work because finally is going to work regardless of the result of both the try and catch block. So save the file. So we should see finally block in the console. Yeah, so there you go, finally block is working because it is there inside the finally block and it's going to get executed no matter what. And we are getting this error from our catch block which says j is not undefined because we are trying to access an unknown variable over here. Okay, so let's come back over here and make it I. Okay, so save the file. Yeah, so there you go, now it's working absolutely fine. So that's the basics about the try, catch and the finally block. So again, so try block is going to get executed whatever code we have given to that particular try block, and the catch block is going to give us that particular error if there is any error in executing the try block, and the final block is going to get executed like no matter what, that is regardless of the result of the try and catch block. Okay, I think that's the basic about the try catch block and the finally block, and also the throw, that is the custom error inside of JavaScript. I think that's it about this video. Let's see you in the next video, and then thank you for watching.